Coming up in The Shield, Valparaiso University honors the memory of Martin Luther King Jr.
And a new art exhibit on campus has students interested in the new piece outside of the VUCA. That and more coming up on The Shield on Channel 82.
Broadcasting from Schnabel Hall on the beautiful campus of Valparaiso University, you're watching The Shield on VUTV.
Hello, Valpo. Thanks for joining us. I'm Katelyn Zigner.
And I'm Teddy Reithmeier. Here's our top story. Last week, Valparaiso University celebrated the birthday of Martin Luther King Jr. While classes were not in session on Monday, the day was filled with sessions focusing on the work and ideas of Martin Luther King Jr. VUTV reporter Brendan Johnson captured the events of the day.
Welcome to Valparaiso University's 25th annual MLK Day convocation.
Students, staff, and members of Valpo's community came together for energetic speeches, cheerful music, and quality discussion in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Numerous speakers, including keynote speaker Reverend John Nunez, spoke about how MLK Day remains important to Valpo and how MLK's legacy lives on in the university's mission.
We are not a perfect community by any means, but we are a community committed to becoming a beloved community. And I believe that the example of Martin King can be helpful in us, with us, for us on this pursuit.
The speakers were well received by the community, who also honored Stacy Halt-Saros, Associate Professor of Spanish, for her efforts towards bringing King's vision to campus. Musical selections performed by the Chamber Concert Band and academic choirs added to the cheerful atmosphere in the chapel. Later, students and community members participated in over 30 focus sessions, ranging from addressing social issues to encouraging service outreach in an effort to show how to live out King's message. Overall, members of this steering committee were thankful for all those who attended and who made this MLK Day a success. For VUTV, I'm Brendan Johnson.
BSO, AAA, and Live joined together to spread the message of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. VU students of all backgrounds came together for a focus session and found many similarities between each other. VUTV News correspondent Chaz Johnson has reports on this story.
This past Monday, BSO, AAA, and Live held a focus session dedicated to bringing together people of all races. The Gandhi King Center was filled with students of all different ethnicities: Latino, Asian, African American, and Caucasian. At this focus session, they were given prompts of questions to discuss with their groups. In the end of the discussion, everyone shared their thoughts. The whole message was to show students, although you may look different, you can still share some of the same beliefs. President of BSO, Christina Crawley, with more.
So our primary goal for this focus session was that people would walk away with the knowledge of other people, and we realized that all differences and all different stereotypes couldn't be refuted in this short hour. But what we wanted to happen was that people would feel comfortable talking to people that aren't like them, feel comfortable being with people who maybe don't look like them, and just stepping out of their comfort zone to get to know other people so that we can negate those stereotypes that cause about ignorance, because it's my belief that ignorance is what leads to chaos within our communities and the hatred and all the feelings of, disorderly conduct and exclusion.
Students did in fact walk away with lessons learned.
Well, I learned that we all have differences and that we have to learn how to take opportunities for ourselves to better ourselves and to learn to talk to other people, get good with the community basically.
I learned that everyone can have similarities. We had in our table, we had to discuss what we, the person next to us, what we had in common or what we didn't have in common. I learned that a lot of people, even though you don't expect it, we can have a lot in common.
VUTV, Chaz Johnson.
And as we remember Martin Luther King Jr., VUTV News Director Amy Vanderhayden looked into just how much of an impact MLK has had on our campus and our community.
Every year, Valparaiso University puts on a day of celebration for the legacy and life of Martin Luther King Jr. But what seems natural to us, sitting next to people of different races, beliefs, and cultures, would have never been allowed just a half-century ago. Dr. King's legacy is shown through the Valpo community as they came together in the Chapel of the Resurrection to celebrate his work. Keynote speaker John Nunez spoke about why he admired Dr. King.
One of the things I love about Dr. King is that he was a prophetic patriot. In other words, his appeal was essentially to the United States Constitution and to the rights that are guaranteed to all people in that Constitution. So his appeal is both to the Constitution and to a kind of theological base. One of the things King said that I really liked was, if we believe that all people are created in the image of God, then we can never be content to see anyone hungry or suffering or living beneath their God-given dignity.
King preached about tolerance between all races in our community. And on this day, Valpo was filled with people who shared this same ideal, which showed the impact that King had on our lives.
Well, I think first is that people have to recognize where injustice is in the world. When you see something that's not right, you figure out, regardless of who you are or where you are, what you're going to do to make a difference, and to take that thing that is unjust or wrong and make it right. And if you dedicate your life to that and you're passionate about it, then you're going to be one of those people, because it's people that make change and make a difference in the world. They're the people that we ultimately lift up as our leaders.
It takes the rest of us, one by one, to build quality relationships with other people. And then we all have to move a little bit in our positions. It's not just like one side has to move for the other side. I think it's all of us who have to make sacrifices. I think I also tried to say that in this speech. We all have sacrifices to make if we want to give birth to a beloved community.
For The Shield on VUTV, I'm Amy Vanderhayden.
You may have wondered why a truck has been parked outside the VUCA. It is not a new parking lot, but a piece from a new collection being shown in the Brouwer Museum. The truck, called Penelope Awaiting Her Chamberlain, is one of the many pieces in the collection called Trucks, recent works by John Himmelfarb. Last Wednesday, Himmelfarb presented his work to the VU community. All of the works presented resembled trucks using all different materials, including wood, iron, and clay. When asked, Himmelfarb said that as a child he would always play with trucks, and as an adult the idea of trucks was always a common motif in his work. The collection will remain in the museum until April 6th.
Now Storm Shield meteorologist Dave Caulfield is in the studio for an update on our Valpo weather. Hey Dave.
Hey, thanks guys. Well, what a difference a couple of days makes. This picture was taken in my car Monday night going into Tuesday. Negative 13 degrees, and I have a pretty good mileage on my car as well. But a couple of days ago, we were at that temperature, and now we're much, much warmer relatively. We actually reached near the freezing mark yesterday. But tonight into tomorrow, we'll have to deal with a snowy start to the weekend. After that, high pressure will build in. We'll get back to the colder temperatures, highs in the teens, if that. But then the other big story we're looking at, a midweek snowstorm comes in Tuesday into Wednesday that could bring us a good amount of snow as well. I'll have more on that coming up in my full forecast. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Dave. Don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
They be like, smooth, what? Can you teach me how to Dougie? You know why? Cause all the girls love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin', and for you to back it up and dump it.
I'm on top of the world, I'm on top of the world,
Welcome back to the Shield, everyone. The big story we're tracking is snow tonight into tomorrow. 5 to 7 inches anywhere in that range for Valpo, and more farther north as those northern cities such as Chicago and even farther north than that could get a secondary band developing. And cold temperatures return after that as the cold front will pass through from this system. High pressure will back in, and we'll struggle to get above the teens for some highs, especially going into Tuesday. And in for Tuesday snow is our next big snowmaker coming in for tonight. I'll have more on that coming up in just a bit. 17 degrees at 6 p.m. for Valparaiso. You're actually going to see temperatures increase a little bit throughout the night, so we'll get up to about 24 degrees Saturday at 7 a.m. And here's where the warm temperatures actually come back. So for this snow system, we could actually see a bit of a mixed precipitation scenario for a little while for Valpo as we'll get near the 32-degree mark. But look at this, 47 in Cincinnati, 24 in Valpo by Saturday at 8 p.m. Going on a little bit further, we're down to -2 for Valparaiso Sunday morning. So really, really cold temperatures. Temps will crash behind that cold front coming through. So enjoy Saturday while you can with the snow out there, but temperatures are going to get much colder. Here is the forecast for snowfall. Some snow showers coming in, and then Valpo will be affected with some of this precipitation. And this model run actually taking the snow farther north into the Chicagoland area, and we're actually almost in a clear spot, and you can see some of that mixed precipitation. We're right on the line through most of that, and actually some pretty heavy rain going into closer to Fort Wayne on this model run Saturday, late on Saturday. And by the end of Saturday, we're all clear as far as the snow. But how much can Valpo expect? Well, let's run our RPM forecast model for snow totals. Valpo right now sitting at about 5 inches of snow, a little bit less in Hebron, 3.7, because that's where that snow mix rain line is set to set up. But up here in Chicago, much, much more, around 10 inches. According to this model run in the Windy City, and that's actually diminished over time. So we'll see if the snow actually goes even farther north over the next couple of days. Tonight, 20 degrees, snow, and winds will be out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. For tonight, tomorrow, 32 degrees and snow and possible mix, especially when that temperature reaches its high of about 32 degrees. Winds will be shifting to the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now here's your 5-day forecast. For Saturday, again, we're talking about some snow, and into the rest of the day, some mix, 32 degrees, and then it crashes down to 2 for the low. Sunday and Monday, mostly sunny conditions for those days, and colder temperatures as that high pressure starts to build in. 18 on Sunday and 14 on Monday. Tuesday is our next chance of snow, and even into Wednesday, because Wednesday we could see some leftover flurries from that system. But again, it looks like at this time, and it's a little bit early to tell specifics on the storm on Tuesday, but we could get some significant snow from that storm as well. So 2 big systems to talk about over the next couple of days.
Thank you for that, Dave. So you were saying just before how we can expect a lot of snow for Tuesday and possibly into Wednesday. Do you think we'll have another snow day, or just because we just had the cold days a couple days ago?
Well, it was a bit of a surprise to see the school cancel for those cold days. I mean, it was very cold. We had wind chill warnings throughout that period. But I don't know about a snow day just yet, and I would lean towards no, just simply because we've had so much time off recently. So I would have to say no for now, but if it's yes, then hey, I don't look that bad because people are happy. So.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Dave. Coming up after the break, Facebook's company grows in the last few months.
And we have the latest on the murder trial of Amanda Knox. Stay with us for that and more coming up.
Interested in the television industry? Stop by our office in Schnabel Hall and join VUTV today.
Welcome back to The Shield. Facebook has had another great quarter on Wall Street, with the company's shares posting a big rally in trading. Facebook said that it not only has improved on its profit and revenue expectations, but it also reported a fast-growing user base. The social media giant reported sales and profits that beat Wall Street's expectations. Facebook reported sales of $2.6 billion, which is up 63% from this time last year. They also reported profits of $523 million, a vast improvement from last year's profit of $64 million. The company's shares also rose 31%, and their user base rose to more than 1 billion current members, up 16% from a year ago.
Scientists have researched another new milestone in stem cell research. Boston scientists say that they have now discovered a new way to make stem cells. The scientists say that they can form new stem cells by putting mature cells under stress. 2 new studies, published in the Journal of Nature, describe the new method in the creation of stem cells. The new method will be 10 times faster than the previous methods used up until now. The most common way of forming stem cells involved embryos or inserting DNA into adult stem cells. The research was focused on developing therapies that would repair bodily damage and cure disease by inserting cells that can grow into needed tissues or organs.
With just a week away from the Sochi Olympic opening ceremonies, there is a new concern for the officials of the Olympics. What will happen if there's no snow? CNN's Ivan Watson met up with a man he calls the Snow Whisperer.
We're just over a week away from the opening of the Winter Olympics, and we're up here at the ski jump venue where workers are putting the final touches on the entire operation here. But take a look, there's not that much snow on the slopes. In fact, it's been raining lately, and the frost line is above the altitude of the ski jump itself. So we've come to speak with a snow specialist from Finland, Mikko Martikainen, who's consulting with the Russian Winter Olympics. What are you going to do if it's still this warm when the Olympics begin?
Yeah, so first of all, don't worry about the snow. Snow will be guaranteed.
Guaranteed?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the concept is based on 3 steps. First of all, backbone, ordinary snowmaking system. We will start...
Snow machines?
Snow machines. Below 0 temperatures, we will start them next night again.
Okay.
And then, as a first backup, we have snow storages on the mountain. We transport snow.
And this is snow from last winter?
Last winter, yeah. Yes.
That you've been storing just in case the weather's warm?
Yeah. And then, third, we have an above 0 snowmaking system also over there. So you can make snow, even now it's working, up to plus 20.
So you can guarantee snow even if it's bathing suit weather here?
Definitely.
And there's some good news in the future from Mother Nature, right?
Yeah, so it starts to cool down now after the rain, and on Saturday it starts cool very fast. So on night times, here -3, -5, what is for us good snowmaking, and daytime clear skies, perfect.
So there you go. We get a guarantee of snow from the Sochi Olympics official snow whisperer, if you have it that way. And also we can sense now the excitement building. The athletes are starting to arrive. The security measures certainly are getting more tight. And a little bit over a week from now, we can anticipate that this place will be thronged with pretty enthusiastic crowds and quite a bit of Olympic spirit. Ivan Watson, CNN, in the Caucasus Mountains above Sochi in Russia.
A teenager suffering from stage 4 cancer will get a trip of a lifetime this Sunday. Kendra Kostalecki was with the teenager who received a free trip to the Super Bowl.
A stunned Cody Beach was expecting a routine lunch at Rapscallion. Instead, he got the gift of a lifetime, tickets to this year's Super Bowl. They were a gift from a family fighting their own battle with cancer.
We bought a couple of raffle tickets that they had advertised as we would walk in and out of chemo, and we got the call that we had won the trip in December. So we were in seventh heaven because we never win anything.
Gary Kasdan had finished chemo, but a bout with the flu, then pneumonia, left him too weak to travel. So working with the Gene Upshaw Center in Truckee and the Northern Nevada Children's Cancer Foundation, They picked Cody to go instead. The 16-year-old has been battling a type of melanoma typically found in seniors.
Started in his heel, they had to remove his heel, went to his knee, his right knee and his groin. He's had 5 operations so far, and then now it's in his lungs. So they're trying a different treatment option to prevent it from spreading and hopefully he get into remission. That's what we're hoping for.
Before starting treatment again, Cody's family is excited to have this experience with him.
I am praying that I'll have a long time with him, but if worse comes to worse, I want this to be a great memory for all our family. Just forget about what he's going through and just really live in the moment.
His family describes Cody as shy and quiet, so a room filled with television and newspaper reporters was a bit overwhelming. But he and his family are beyond grateful to the Kasdans for this gift.
Just thank you. Give him a hug.
It has been almost a year since the bombings at the finish line of the Boston Marathon that killed 3 and injured more than 250. On Thursday, federal prosecutors announced that they will be seeking the death penalty in the trial of bombing suspect Jahar Tsarnaev. Attorney General Eric Holder officially authorized the government to seek the penalty in the upcoming trial against Tsarnaev. Prosecutor Carmen Ortiz said in a statement that her team supported the decision. Tsarnaev pleaded not guilty to all 30 charges stemming from the bombings. A pre-trial conference had been scheduled for February 12th.
Amanda Knox has been found guilty of the murder of her former roommate, Meredith Kircher. Knox, along with her ex-boyfriend, Raffaele Solecito, were both convicted yesterday in a retrial following their successful appeal in 2011. Knox, who remained in Seattle during the trial, was sentenced yesterday to 28.5 years in an Italian prison for the murder. Legal experts say that she is unlikely to return to Italy to serve her sentence because U.S. law dictates that a person cannot be tried twice on the same charge. Solecito was given a lighter sentence of 25 years in prison for the same charge.
When we come back, Tommy Mantes will bring you up to date in Valpo sports, and we will have a final look at your Valpo weather. You're watching The Shield on Channel 82.
They be like, smooth, what? Can you teach me how to Dougie? You know why? Cause all the girls love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin', and for you to back it up and dump it.
I'm on top of the world, waiting on this for a while now.
Welcome back to The Shield. With a look at all your Valpo sports, Shield Sports correspondent Tommy Mantise joins us in the studio. Tommy?
Thank you, Teddy. Things are getting very interesting at the Arc as Horizon League play heats up. The men had a huge blowout victory over Horizon League leader and undefeated Green Bay University by a score of 75-60 on Wednesday. The game came off of a jersey retirement of number 24, run by legends Bruce Linder and coach Bryce Drew, and a blowout loss to Cleveland State. The Crusaders got off to a great start thanks to the emotion of the fans, and they never looked back. Levante Doherty led all scoring with 26 points. Green Bay superstar guard Kiefer Sykes was limited to 19 points. Green Bay shot a low 38% from the field and couldn't match up with the size and strengths of the Crusaders. Bashil Fernandez was the anchor on defense as he finished with 4 blocks on the night. Lexus Williams also contributed to the strong guard play as he finished with 8 assists. The Crusaders are now 5-3 in Horizon League play, which makes them tied for second place behind Green Bay. Valpo is now in the driver's seat as they will head towards the Horizon League tournament in March. Valpo's next matchup will be in Chicago as they face UIC this Saturday. The game is at 3 o'clock and can be seen on HorizonLeagueNetwork.com. Todd Eichow and Dave Huseman will be on the call for that one. On the women's side, the Crusaders have taken excellent strides in the right direction as they blow out Detroit 85-44 at the Arc last Thursday. Abby Dean had a career-high 20 points. The Crusaders were on fire from three-point as they shot 41%, but they also stepped it up on the defensive side. They had 18 steals on the night. This marvelous play continued into their next game against Cleveland State, although they did lose 76-66. The Vikings wouldn't stop hitting three-pointers. They hit 15 throughout the game and shot 45% from downtown. The Crusaders were efficient from downtown as well as they shot 41%, although the Crusaders only hit 9 and they lost by 10 points. Jesse Wiedemann led the team with 21 points, and Liz Horton was strong down low as she finished with 15 points. The women's basketball team will be at Milwaukee on Saturday. You can see that one on Horizon League Network again. Brandon Vickery and Renee Turpa will be on the call. That's all for Valpo Athletics. Back to you, Teddy.
Thanks, Tommy. When we come back, we'll be joined by Storm Shield meteorologist Dave Caulfield for your final look at weather.
Welcome back. We're joined by Storm Shield meteorologist Dave Caulfield for a look at our Valpo weather. Dave?
Hey, Katelyn. Hey, Teddy. We will have to deal with the next storm system coming into play for tomorrow, and it will bring us some significant snow, and then later on in the day we could get some mix and maybe even some rain a little bit farther south of us. Now for Sunday and Monday, that's when the colder temperatures are going to come back into play. 18 degrees on Sunday, 14 degrees on Monday, and those lows on those days are actually going to be quite cold, with wind chills getting down near zero and even below zero at some times. Now for Tuesday, we're looking at our next snow system, and that will bring some significant snow to us as well. And Wednesday, we'll have some leftover flurries and snow showers from that. But two big snow systems to talk about, the one coming tomorrow and the one coming on Tuesday.
All right, well, knowing that we're both in the East Coast, Dave.
We are. That's very
And the Super Bowl just so happens to be being played in New Jersey. I'm wondering what the weather's going to look like for that.
Well, for Sunday, the high temperature for East Rutherford is set to be around 50 degrees. It will drop a little bit by game time, and by 6 p.m. or when the game's about to start, about 42 degrees, and it will drop a little bit overnight, obviously. So we will have high 30s to low 40s for game time. Now, who do you think is going to win the game?
It's not really a matter of who I think, more of who I know is going to win the game.
Oh, wow, that's confidence.
Which is clearly going to be Seattle.
Seattle, okay. I'm rooting for more Denver. Katelyn, what about you?
Undecided.
Oh, always the middle ground. I love it. Thanks, guys.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of The Shield.
And to get on-demand VUTV coverage, log on to youtube.com/ValpoVUTV or follow us on Facebook or Twitter at ValpoVUTV. And from all of us here at VUTV, have a nice day and thanks for watching.